Welcome back, tribe. It's me again, Mr. Hall, author, founder, artist, healer, guide, alien, conscious systems architect, ethical taboo and kink creator, and educator. Many labels, not really of importance. Here, I'm just to provide confirmation, context, perception, perspective, as we're all going through this human experience, this human existence, and to entertain, right? A bit of spiritual media and digital alchemy. Okay, something significant about that as well if you haven't been following along or not generally a part of the tribe. So, as reality is catching up to define what I am as I am, because we are, right? It's good for us to have these spaces, okay? Something significant about that as well. So, when I begin the videos, I begin to channel. Prior to me channeling in this video already, okay, activating subconscious information that may have been trying to or attempting to reach you that may be right outside of your awareness or conscious perception and understanding. If I have already lost you, this reading may not be for you. It is a collective reading, globally, worldwide, universally, interdimensionally, right? Either way, do some research, come back, and or share the video with someone that the information may resonate with. Okay? I'm picking up a lot of information, tribe. Okay. So before I started channeling, I did make this list, and just here to show you how it all connects, right? Okay. So, okay, circling back from the previous reading, if you didn't watch it and you're not watching this on YouTube, click the link above in the bio, come over to YouTube, click down and go to the video. I believe it's 12-12-10-10. You may be seeing those numbers, but either way, information about there may be relevant information in the video below for you. So you checking down under, Australia may be significant. Someone may use that terminology to describe something like this. Ooh, so much information. Okay, bear with me. All right. So you may have been feeling a freeze and or an overwhelming emotion or mental stimuli. Okay. Pause the channeling for now. Ooh, okay, so before I started the video, I made this list, right? And we're on number 13. So you may have been seeing 111, 111, 333. The number 4 may also be significant. You can look into numerology or numerical meanings to understand and grasp what those specific numbers have as far as meaning for you. Angel numbers, vibrations, frequencies, okay? Are they angles, daemons? Okay, so many different contexts to understand the number 13. Okay, I'm picking up 13 levels, a hierarchical nature. Okay. All right, and before it goes on, depending on where you are in the timeline, you may be practicing digital alchemy, some form of recognizing digital alchemy, and this will relate to the previously channeled message prior to this video. And also, we said digital alchemy, and I'm picking up frequencies, so you may be hearing ringing in your ears as well. I'm not a medical professional. Go ahead and get the correct medical help within your region. Okay, and there may be something about your clairaudience, okay? Something being mirrored to you, and or angelics, and or energy manipulation or frequency manipulation, okay? Guiding you, okay, or giving you alerts or heads up or confirmations, right? In specific spiritual communities, the ringing of the ears is identified and understood in many different capacities, okay? So take what applies to you. So, all right, when I originally wrote over this number 13, okay, the channeled information coming through was society versus reality versus perception versus consciousness, okay? So there may be some type of struggle that may be taking place. There may have been some projections, some spiritual warfare, some energetic warfare, and or you're just getting trapped in your own thoughts or in your head, because a lot of the energy that I'm picking up now feels mental. Okay, so a lot of mental stimulation. I'm picking up precognition as well, some type of precognitive activations in your understanding. Okay, I did notice while looking at the list the words conspiracy truths coming up and conspiracy, piracy. Okay, some form of piracy. All right, so some type of digital weaponization, okay, taking place. I'm also getting the imagery of the Prince of Saudi Arabia and Donald Trump, which are two prominent figures within government, agreeing on something. So there may have been some type of agreements or bonding taking place. Okay, so now we're picking up government agencies, whatever those government agencies may be titled in your region as well. Okay, and I was instinctively called to the beginner's tarot. Okay, so something about you beginning an alchemical journey, picking up and or understanding things from your past life. Okay, ooh, this energy feels very different than the previous reading. The previous reading was very grounded, very literal, a matter of fact. This is very illusory. This feels very interdimensionally charged. Okay, wow. Okay, so I did something about cleansing energy, cord cutting energy. I picked up bottle tops. I'm picking up bottle tops, the tops of cans. That may be significant. That may be around you. You may be working with some form of telekinesis. Okay, moving objects. Okay, something about that. Or you may be noticing moving objects randomly. Or, okay, I'm picking up to speak this way. So something about, so some type of catcalling. Okay, that may be significant as well. Okay, so there's a form of chaotic energy attempting to be projected to you, to disrupt you, to keep you in bondage. There may be some generational curse breaking taking place, some type of binding, unbinding of binded magic, or some form of ritual. We do have the new moon coming up based on astrology. Excuse me. Okay. That was a mix between a burp and a hiccup tribe, so let me look into that as well. Okay, so you may be being talked about, someone may be missing you, someone may be thinking of you. Okay, so you're very heavily picking up on these energies. Okay, I'm picking up a lot of projection energy. Wow, this is intense. Yeah, I mean, we get used to it, right? Within the spiritual community and circles, you get used to it. But if you are new to this, I'm being guided to remind you, and things that I picked up earlier as well, were you recollecting, recharging, going back to yourself, calling your power back as well. This also connects to, I'm being guided to mention this, it also connects to that projection energy. There's some form of magic, some form of manipulation, attempting to steal your power, attempting to take your light, attempting to minimalize you, minimalize your perspective, beliefs, understandings, okay? Theories, something about theories as well. Either way, that's all out the window. It seems that you're getting your power back, right? And what's happening is, while you're doing this, your perceptions and beliefs around society, right? I'll reference this. We usually hear the word, the world believes this, or this is how the world is, or this is how things are. And what I'm understanding to mention to you is that society is not the world. It is a part of it. Society is not reality. It's a part of it, right? So we're delving deeper. So you're delving deeper within to yourself to recollect something. You may have been awakened to many conspiracy truths that have been taking place, okay? Conspiracy truths, conspiracy theories, okay? And also not being caught up in the horrific nature of that. By the way, we do practice omnism and animism on this channel, so everyone is included. It's an inclusive space. Simple guidelines are to allow the energy to flow, okay? So no goods, evils, we practice non-duality, okay? As gender and separation is not specifically a part of spirit, the aether, okay? Something about that as well. I'm really picking up someone doing a deep dive, okay? Someone may use that. Shout out to you know who you are. Reference, I can't, your name is being blocked, your energy isn't though. So something about that, you being able to identify what is literally in front of you versus how you feel about it versus what's being projected to you versus and with, okay. You're breaking beyond illusions. Simple way to put it, okay? You're breaking beyond illusions, right? And the imagery that I have is a rock, okay? And but what I'm picking up with this is that rock may be more than a literal rock, okay? I'm picking up the rock being a form of foundation. So something about your pentacles, your coins, your stability, okay? With the number 13 coming up, so you maybe, I'm picking up Friday the 13th as well, maybe into horror, something horrific may have happened, or some attempt to keep you in a state of focusing on the horrific, instead of focusing and placing your attention on what you will be able to manifest and bring and create into reality, okay? I'm picking up you creating your beliefs, okay? And you may have guides, angels, demons, aliens, non-human intelligences, spirits, okay? Technologies working in your favor, okay? Okay, and what I picked up for the current energy, you being in this hermit energy, okay? And with the hermit, we have counsel, knowledge, solitude. It's spelled incorrectly here, but so something about you being able to pay attention to details and having high pattern recognition is allowing you to notice inconsistencies and break through illusions, okay? But I'll show you here. So we have the word solitude, right? But it's spelled differently. And so I'm picking up you being able to remove yourself from solicitation, okay? Something attempting to be offered to you, but you're shining a light on the validity of this offer. So you may be being approached by specific organizations, cults, gangs, mafias, cartels, governments, organizations, not so secret societies, things of this nature, right? Either way, you're making the right choice. So self-illumination, prudence, discretion, caution, vigilance, circumspection, okay, self-denial, withdrawal, regression, desertion. Okay, so you may be recollecting parts of yourself that you deserted and are showing love and unconditional love to the parts of you that are to be valued. I'm picking up this childlike energy and remaining flexible and flowing with the interconnected consciousness of all. Okay, so you may be exploring more of your own consciousness and how that relates in the physical. Okay, so really translating higher knowledge into the physical. However you do that, through art, through writing, through your profession, through breathing, right? Whatever human context of existence you can associate that with for you. But you definitely are in the hermit energy as you've called your power back, okay? And we have the 3 of Wands in the recent past, okay? Assistance with an ulterior motive, treachery, diminishing adversity, okay? Beware of help offered, adverse business advice, right? So you may have been getting misdirected, or that was the attempt to misdirect you in understanding and consciousness. And this can be coming from these conspiracy truths that you've picked up in society, okay, versus the reality of the situation and the truth, one of the many truths that reality is very much malleable, okay? So I'm picking up, you may be, okay, rabbi, okay, something significant about rabbi. You may relate to that culture using that language, but either way, okay, you're getting in touch with divine truths, sacred knowledge, okay, reality truths of reality and consciousness, okay. You're understanding society's perception versus the reality of consciousness, okay. I may title that this. We'll see where we go. And also picking up on reptilian consciousness, okay? So the egoic mind, the ubla oblongata, okay? I'm picking that up significant. So something about really mental energy, and mental not in the sense of crazy, as society is insane. I'm also picking up you may be in the UK, the UAE, okay? I'm picking up something about that as well, since we got Trump and the Prince. So you may be of a royal bloodline, lineage, okay? This may be literally and or in a past life, okay? Your creativity is taking flight, okay? There may have been a plight against your creativity. Yeah, something attempting to separate you from love, Okay, so something is attempting to block you from financial progress or fiscal progress. Okay, something that you're passionate about, that you're meant to be doing, that is a part of your wheel of fortune. Okay, with this magician energy. Ooh, the cards are talking. Okay, man. All right, it's a lot of energy. Wow. So your psychic gifts are enhancing. You're becoming very sensitive to energies, and you're recognizing your sensitivity as a superpower as well as super intelligence. Okay, I'm picking up super intelligences. Okay, with that precognitive energy here. Okay. You may have been hanging on by a thread, or and the perception, or there may have been a projection towards you to be hanging on by a thread, waiting, perpetually waiting for something, and you are now creating it, right? Because we have King of Coins, Two of Cups, the Wheel of Fortune, and the Magician. Okay, so you have alchemized some. The word horrific keeps coming to mind, but you have alchemized some situation that was detrimental to your creativity, to your life path, to your spiritual inheritance. Okay, you've alchemized some energy into working for you. Okay, with the Three of Swords here, okay, there may have been some betrayals taking place, and your spirits, your ancestors, whatever within human context and beyond that you would like to associate or you align with, that something was helping you recognize this in the past. Okay, you going into this hermit energy, right? Something attempting to bring you strife. Okay, so I'm picking up a empty cup. That's what I channeled earlier. So I did a quick pull prior to beginning the video just because I was guided. So I'm picking up something about okay, you seeing into the future. Okay, and I'm not speaking linearly here. Okay, when I post these videos, we're not mentioning time linearly. We're referencing time as fluid. Okay, so you seeing future outcomes. Okay, you foreseeing. Okay, so foreshadowing. You may have had a foreshadowing of some action being taken against you. Okay, you may have had a foreshadowing of that. I'm also picking up eczema. I was itching my leg. Something significant about that. There may have been beauty spells being casted on you and or illusory spells casted on you for you to not speak clearly, use your throat chakra clearly, for you to move forward, for you to feel just a lot of heavy and dense energies, lower vibrational energies, okay? To feel shame, fear, guilt, so many heavy, dense energies that you may have experienced in the past. Okay, and if we're looking at time linearly, in the recent past, younger years, adolescent years, even into adulthood, some form of abuse. But anyway, there was some cycle of betrayal taking place to steal and siphon your energy. Okay, I'm picking up vampiric energy. I'm also picking up sex magic as well. The imagery of a photo being manipulated, so there may have been some type of alteration to using algorithmic intelligence, artificial intelligence, even voice changing. Okay, taking place, and your guides, your spiritual senses, whatever you would like to identify with and understand as a guide for yourself, possibly even your higher self, right? Different aspects of you existing multidimensionally, whichever and however you would like to see that. There was an alert to this, so your spidey senses went off. I'm picking up. Okay, someone may use that terminology as well. Either way, now you're in this hermit energy, and while you're in this hermit energy, it's giving you the space, okay, to understand that you're an experienced, successful leader. Character and intelligence, business acumen, mathematical ability, loyal friend, reliable marriage partner, and wise investments. Okay, and or this may be coming into you. Again, separate of gender, you may be embodying this King of Coins energy. And significance is I did post shorts on YouTube as well as on other social media platforms for instant confirmation. It all connects. Okay, so something about coins coming up. And you really being the magician, you're tapping into this unlimited energy of creativity to literally manifest and to create through action, through being, through thought, even alone, through willpower, okay, your desired outcomes with the magician energy. I'm showing the imagery of the card. I'm being guided to mention some of these yellows and reds and blues, okay? So possibly even color therapy, or you may want to look into the spiritual meaning of these colors, all right? But and the Wheel of Fortune is in your favor, okay? Destiny, fortunate, fate, outcome, advancement for better or worse, okay? I'm picking up a better in this situation since it is upright, all right? And depending on where you are in the timeline and with your awakening and with your understanding of energy, frequency, and vibration, you may be on either end of the wheel, okay? because we may have cross watchers, okay? But culmination, okay, something really finally coming together, and you being able to hold your vision to keep something together, and even yourself, your energy, your frequency, okay, as you evolve. I'm picking up evolution, okay, evolve within your spiritual gifts, evolve within your practice, occultism, esotericism, okay, any practices. I'm picking up Asian occultism as well, so you may be in Asia, okay. I'm also picking up Russia, okay. But either way, approaching the end of a problem, unexpected events may occur. So I'm picking up miracles, okay? Perceived miracles, okay? Coming into you, and you've manifested this. You've taken the work, the alchemical work, to transmute energy, okay? Yeah. Yeah, there may have been an ending that took place, okay? Some happy illusion that you were living in, with the Ten of Cups being here, reverse, okay? Representing emotional fulfillment. So you may have realized something was not going to emotionally fulfill you, some type of offer that was coming to you. Okay, I'm picking up the Rothschilds. That may be significant for you as well, with these not-so-secret societies. Some vampiric energy. Okay, and then I did earlier get the air reversed from the Sacred Symbolism, okay? Sacred Symbols Oracle deck, all right? And with the Sacred Symbols Oracle deck, when the air being reversed, I'm picking up earth energy, right? So you being very grounded and possibly having blocks in your communication, okay? And even your connection to the divine, and or the connection to your higher self, and or your connection to gateways of activation, okay? Your psychic gifts, okay, in whichever form you would understand those terms. All right, the letters AIR may be significant. I'm picking up Nike Air, so something about just do it. Go ahead and just do it. That's slogan, slogo. Go slow and just do it, okay? The numbers 28, 8, 9, and 10, okay? So you may be seeing 888-222 as well. And that'll be a confirmation for you. With 10 being here, so some form of completion, but an infinite new beginning, okay? And you being able to be in that zero energy, that reset energy, something about a reset, global reset, okay? Yeah, it's leaving this 5 of Swords energy, okay? This mental conflict, okay? Conquest, defeat, destruction of others, degradation, adversaries may arise, revocation, okay? Infamy, dishonor, sentimentality, okay, that weakens the will. Yeah, so feeling, okay, I'm picking up the energy of sympathy spells, okay? Shout out to anyone who uses that language in the spiritual community, but I'm picking up there may have been some form of sympathy spells taking space, or possibly preemptively or proactively, you're being alerted to this now through this reading for an upcoming new moon. So whenever you're seeing this, whenever the new moon is for you, that will be significant, okay, because the new moon was also channeled. All right. A tower. Okay, so there may be a tower for these energies. You've avoided some type of tower. Wow, look at this. Okay, wow, wow, wow. Okay, so we'll leave it there. Whew. Okay, so there may have been something hidden here with the moon and or subconscious energies that you may not have been privy to or had awareness of consciously. Okay, so some type of deception taking place, obscurity, trickery, dishonesty, danger, error, bad influence, insecurity or insincerity, false friends, deceit, double dealing, being taken advantage of, caution. Okay, so you've picked up on this and you've averted a tower, okay? You are able to avert a tower because you are in this high priestess energy, okay? The high priestess is wisdom, sound judgment, serene knowledge, common sense, penetration. So you pierced through some type of illusion, right? I'll digress earlier into the reading where I picked that up. Education, hidden emotion, practical person, analytical, frequently too restrained. And you are utilizing some sacred knowledge that you have been given, okay? I'm also picking up the cross and the rosary here. So something about Christianity, religion, okay? Some type of illusions being broken around illusion globally as well. Okay, the number 2 may be significant. The number 16 may be significant. Okay. Yeah, but there was some complete and sudden change that was attempting to be casted towards you, and you have moved correctly. I'm being guided. Spiritual movement as well taking place. Okay, and this may be you stepping into this Emperor energy, okay? So a fire sign may be indicative or significant within this energy: worldly power, accomplishment, confidence, father, brother, husband, male influence, wealth, maturity, stability, authority, leadership, and conviction. All right, I'm mentioning these key words as they may be subconscious activators for you to think of the energy, or to connect the dots between who and what and why may have been doing this, okay? I'm picking up practical knowledge, business acumen, okay? Strength, enterprise, negotiations, trade, commerce, undertaking, import and export, and business. Okay, so there may have been some illicit drugs being utilized to import and export through false, I'm picking up storefronts, okay? So publicized legitimate businesses that were actually fronts for ulterior motives being operated by an emperor energy. And because these cards, okay, I'm picking up that you're in this high priestess energy, okay? And or there may be a high priestess energy that's falling because they attempted to have individuals like an emperor, a group of individuals up to 3 or 4, maybe more, 3, 4, maybe more. Okay, I'm picking up blue eggs and ham, Dr. Seuss. So you may have been being perceived in this Dr. Seuss energy, very unaware of what was taking place, but you are very aware, very, very aware, even more so than a possible high priest or a false prophet. Or I'm picking up, I don't use that language, but someone may use those languages. Someone may use those language. Okay, so possibly broken English coming up as well, Ebonics, and or accents, okay? Someone may have an accent. But either way, there was some type of business negotiation to attempt to not bring you justice, okay? Attempting to not bring you justice. Fairness, reasonableness, justice, proper balance, harmony, just rewards, sincere desire, good intentions, well-meaning actions, self-satisfaction, and advice, okay? Yeah, something, there was an energy of a group of individuals and or non-human intelligences and or we can say dominions or legions. Okay, I'm picking up to mention it this way for you, but something attempting to keep you in this 9 of Wands energy, very heavy burdens, carrying things that are not your own weight. Okay, just look at the individual in this card. Okay, keeping you, working, toiling labor, stressed, vexed. So I'm picking up Caribbean as well, Caribbean. All right, but expectation of difficulties and changes, awaiting tribulation, anticipation, hidden enemies, deception, discipline, order, a pause in the current struggle, right? So keeping you torn between achieving your goals, constantly chasing your goals and aspirations, because we have a lot of action cards here now. So there was some type of action taken, and I'm picking up spiritually. Okay, so this definitively may have been spiritual warfare, okay, to keep you away from justice, and or some type of spell work taking place within the judicial systems wherever you are in the world. Okay, so you may be going through some type of legal situation, but either way, you've seen through it, it's been cleared away, and this is your confirmation of that. So we're not going to give too much on that because I'm being guided not to mention too much, just in the event that we have spiritual spies, also picking up energetic spies and or monitoring spirits. Okay, so knowledge coming out again. Yeah, you're really hitting the books, and or you got some knowledge about what I just previously mentioned, where there were groups or individuals. I'm picking up gang stalking energy. Okay, I'm picking up ex-military corruption, just or ex-law enforcement corruption. Something may have came to you in a dream as well. I just picked up. All right, number 34. Okay, that may be significant. Someone may be 34. Okay. Okay, you're divinely stable. I'm picking up some knowledge is cemented within you, and it's no going back. Okay, right? And I'm also picking up guides being reversed. Yeah, something attempting to block your guides from being able to connect with you. I'm also picking up Aquarius energy. Okay, something was attempting to do this. Okay, but you have divinely been stabilized through knowledge, divine knowledge, something that you experienced, possibly a near-death experience, possible literal death and return experience. Shout out to the tribe of those who have experienced these things, but you've gone through some form of transformation. Okay, and this may be a part of that hermit energy that I'm picking up for you, depending on where you are in the tribe. Okay, some hermit energy for specific information and knowledge that you hold. Okay. Okay. I'm also picking up an expansion of consciousness as well as an expansion of perception. All right, very significant with this transformation taking place. Okay, so your new beginning has completed. Okay, and you are stepping into this good fortune. You are trusting in your good fortune. Okay, and this will, you stepping into your good fortune, okay, and trusting in this is leading to an opposite effect, okay, for possibly another group of individuals. For some reason, I'm picking up for the first time in this card blood sacrifices, ritual sacrifices. So there may have been 3 deaths. Death comes in threes, okay, what we would understand as death in the literal sense of the meaning, okay, but you are getting the rebirth, okay, so there may have been some form of sacrifice, okay, and or you may have dibbled and dabbled in specific magics, okay, or understanding. I'm picking up necromancy, okay, and circling back now to the Chinese or Japanese occult, forbidden magics. I'm also picking up working with the dead, but the reference of this context does not feel negative or heavy. Okay, you may have been being alerted by passed on loved ones. Okay, we are the ancestors now, is what I'm picking up. Okay. All right, you were possibly picking up on subtle energies. All right, I'm also heavily picking up on clairaudience. Okay, being able to discern what you are hearing internally and externally to you, what your body is telling you, what your thoughts are telling you, which thoughts are your own thoughts. Okay, I'm also picking up the emerging sciences. All right, I did channel that earlier and post on social media as well. Something about the emerging sciences where thoughts can be implanted into the mind. All right, through emerging sciences and or remembered sciences. Okay, now publicly available. Something being made publicly available. Something may have okay, being guided to mention something may have taken place on the 1111 portal as well. Something about that with this gateway of light activation. Yeah, something attempting. Okay, there's going to be a transformation to UAP disclosure as well. That may be significant. Okay, a transformation to UAP disclosure. Okay, something about home reversed. So I'm picking up the perception of what you may have identified as home may not be your home. I'm picking up identity theft. I'm picking up stolen at birth. I'm picking up many different timelines right now. But specifically in reference to UAPs or non-human intelligences and extraterrestrial life, I'm picking up the concept of home being external to the self. That's going to be significant. In short, aliens are here, okay? We are the aliens, alien DNA, okay? I'm also picking up crossbreeding. I'm also picking up eugenics, okay? Something about this. All right, if that doesn't resonate with you, it doesn't try, but and you have understanding again with the 1010 as well. 19, significant as well. Yeah, so 1010, something about a twin flame, a soulmate, mirror energies, okay? You may be seeing 1010. I definitely check out the previous reading below. Oh, also as I say this, the number 33 and 20 on the timer. Oh, actually, so you may have, what did I show you? Okay, growth. Okay, so you may be breaking out of a spiral of growth. Okay, so I'm picking up like cyclical. So growth, I'll digress. Growth in the perspective of growth not being linear, right? Only linear as an age, physical, anatomical age as we understand it, or label it within society. I'm picking up growth being a cyclical nature, okay? Taking 10 steps forward, 5 steps back, right? But I'm seeing you break out of that energy, okay? Yeah, breaking out of the illusion of time. I'm picking up in real time, okay? Something about that, really finding the balance with this hourglass, with this I'm picking up the term for this in a different language. Okay, something very significant. Okay, so I'm picking up time travel. Okay, quantum travel. Quantum travel. That's the best way for me to describe that in language. Okay, yeah, boundaries around jealousy. Any type of perceived jealousy, okay? You're having very fierce and strong boundaries around that. Even I'm picking up even being jealous of yourself. Okay, you may be in this energy. All right, a bit jealous of yourself, surprising and shocking yourself. Okay, really with this transformation that you have undergone. Okay, the numbers 26, 23 may be significant. 10, 19, 11. Okay, 41 and 15. Okay, yeah, separating from the karmic path. Okay, with gratitude, separating from the karmic path and maintaining gratitude. Okay, not entering this bitter energy. All right, and or if you do have or feel this bitter energy, you're being reminded of your divinity. Okay, keeping you away from being in this bitter energy, as a world or society will attempt to turn you cold. Okay, something about cold weather, something about coal heating up, the tool used to be on fire. Okay, someone's name may be coal. Okay, either way, you stepping away from bitterness and stepping into divinity and being reminded of that consistently. I'm also picking up some form of cult. Okay, online. Angles, something with angles. Okay, be wary of that as well. Yeah, death reverse. There's no rebirth. Okay, to some negative energies. Okay, to some negative energies. So we have the death card here. Okay, and reverse. Okay, so I'm picking up, you may have transmuted some type of earth magic. Okay, you may have buried something. I'm picking up graveyard work, graveyard magic, the crossroads. I'm picking up voodoo, hoodoo. Okay, santeria. Okay, I'm picking up many different ancestral practices, indigenous magic as well. Okay, but you've released something. You've released death. Ooh. Okay. Okay, so you may have been divinely guided to confirmation. I don't know if y'all heard that. Well, tis what it is. And so there may be some form of release, something chasing after. There may have been death magic projected to you. Okay, literal leaving this plane of existence, energy, even interdimensionally being sent at you. I'm picking up through dreams as well. Okay, but and you are a healer. The Eye of Ra, Horus. I'm also picking up Horus. Okay, yeah, you've called some type of divine justice. You've called some form of divine justice. Someone's name may be Justin. Some information may be just in, now, live, alert, heads up. Okay, I'm being guided to mention. Breaking news. That is a word that are coming to mind. Something about breaking news. Okay, you may be headlining something. You may be breaking the news on something. This transmission, this connection, activating your subconscious, may be breaking the news to you. Okay, yeah, you have your focus. Okay, you're being very focused with the bow and arrow here. Okay, I'm also picking up theta, Greek. Okay, so something may be taking place in Greece or Greek. I'm also seeing a sailboat. Okay, so something about some type of sailboat. There may have been an attack on a sailboat. I'm picking up based on military, so something military based. I'll hold off on those other transmissions. Those may be classified, but either way, there may be some form of attack about to take place. Okay, and or this was what was planned. Okay, for a divine being. I'm seeing the number 3 in my mind's eye. Okay, and literally, as I have another. All right, so something about three individuals again. Okay, 3 sacrifices, 3 cycles. Okay, 3 attempts. Okay, 3 lifetimes, 3 generations. Okay, however the number 3 would resonate with you. Okay, something about protecting resources and intellectual property. Okay, again with Russia. Okay. So, and also you may be in this space of mentally returning to center, okay, and or there may have been a return to sender if you did not practice that, as there are risks with that as well. Return to sender referencing placing energy where it belongs, right? That may have been negatively projected out to you out of jealousy, just lower vibrational energies. But what I'm getting to is, you may have recognized that energy trap, some mirrored energy, something attempting to be mirrored back to you that you knew was not your energy. Okay, something attempting to entrap your soul. Okay, so your soul may have been offered up as a sacrifice due to its divine energy. Yeah, through magic. Okay, and again with the pentacle, I would definitively say go and check out the shorts referencing the pentacles, okay, that I've created, because I did address that suite today. Something about a suite, hotel suite, or suit. Okay, so some Men in Black energy I'm picking up. Ooh. All right, and you are the key. You have the key. You have past life knowledge, okay, of the truth. Okay, you may hold the keys to the truth of accessing the past life, past dimensions, ancient Egypt, okay, or any ancient Sumeria I'm picking up as well. I'm picking up gematria as well. Something significant about that. But and you hold the truth. You are writing the truth. You are telling your story. You are expressing the truth. The number 25 may be here, and it's in blue. I'm picking up the throat chakra from here. So you may be speaking the truth on something. Okay, you may be guided or summoned to tell the truth about some type of key. Okay, a key missing, a missing piece of information. Okay, I'm picking up the Loch Ness monster. Something significant about that. The missing link. Okay, but something coming through as a past life gift, a reward, the truth. All right, so essentially you are the truth. Okay, so however you would identify yourself, numbers 25 being here, okay, and past life, 14, 4 and 5 breaking down into a 5, okay, 25 breaking down into a 7. Yeah, so you hold spiritual truth. You're holding some form of spiritual truth. 7 representing spirituality. At least this is the energy I'm picking it up in right now. Okay, number 31, the talisman. Okay, you holding the key of truth. All right, tribe. I'll get some Scrabble letters for us. Okay, I'm being guided to do that. I'm also picking up polar opposites. Something about polar opposites. I'm also picking up an electro-geo. Okay, I'm picking up sacred geometry, geometric shapes, okay, and also an electromagnetic storm. Okay, something significant about that. All right. All right. The higher self deck fell down, and so clearly there's a message in here. Boundaries. So we had boundaries twice today. So really understanding boundaries between yourself, the spiritual realm, others, boundaries in relation to your worthiness, okay? Reflecting on your worthiness and boundaries, okay? That's being guided to mention that from your higher self. Something about having spiritual boundaries, okay? Okay, so if you are beginning to work with deities, entities, occult, esoteric, we call boundaries, okay? Something about that. And or you are crossing boundaries, and this is in a positive context, okay? And that may be a part of why you have been targeted. I'm picking up on the targeting of individuals, gang stalking, just that narrative. So that may be relative for someone in the tribe, okay? So something about a yak, weapon, guns, okay? Something about LiDAR, LD, LCD, something on a screen, okay? DMT also, whatever those letters would mean to you. I'm not projecting or suggesting anyone use illicit substances. So the DMT molecule, okay? Ace of spades, okay? Something about spades, okay? I'm also picking up Queen of Spades, okay, in the sexual context, okay? So I'm picking up some type of alternative lifestyle sexually as well. DNT. All right, so something about don't do it. Don't fall into some form of trap. Okay, I'm picking up honeypot traps. Okay, something about the DL as well. Okay, something about the DR as well, Dominican Republic. Okay, so someone may be from a Latin country. Someone's name may be Tay. Este, okay, something here. What? Someone may be Latin again. Okay. Okay, so some type of deed being or taking place within a Latin country. Okay, CCTV, something being recorded. So this may be tying into that occult energy or cults, or okay, these nefarious cults that I picked up on. Again, no judgment, but and I'm not condoning. Something AD. Okay, you may be connected to dad. Okay, so in past life, something about your dad in a past life. Okay. Okay, or some type of father energy or masculine energy is attempting to guide you and give you information. I'm picking up Natty, as a name, Natty. Something about tattoos, tatted, Tasmanian devil. Okay, so something possibly about the devil, some AC/DC. Okay. Okay, so the music industry, entertainment industry. Okay, something about rock and roll. Okay, someone may have a tattoo of a Tasmanian devil. Something about a den. Okay, I'm picking up vampire, Wolverine, werewolves. Okay, something about animation, literal vampirism, and or shape-shifting energies. There may be a specific tat or tattoo. Love you. Someone's saying love you. Okay, something about TNT, the network, and or a bomb. Something's going to be explosive. Okay, when you may be getting a confirmation of contacting extraterrestrials, non-human intelligences, and or connecting with consciousness beyond the perception of standardized society, normalized society, picking up linear and limited rationale beyond this, and it may be explosive for you. Okay, so relax. Okay, something about the DEA. DA what? Okay, something about A to Z. So there may have been some nefarious energies. It's in the belief that corruption within any organizations would be protecting some information, and heads up. So that is great news, depending on where you are on the timeline. Excuse me. Okay, spiritual release. Okay, something about C3. So car 3, chat room, gateway 3. Okay, channel 3. So something about the news, something being on the news shortly. Another wow moment, aha moment, unbelievable moment. Something going to be coming up on the news, possibly around this new moon. Okay, so possibly an NDE. Okay, someone may, like I did pick up, someone may have had an NDE. Okay, I'm being guided to show you. Someone's names may have these initials. Okay, so multiple names starting with N, D, or E, or have this as a middle or last name as well. Surnames, I'm also picking up. Someone may have multiple last names, multiple middle names. Okay, this may have been a part of the identity theft that I picked up. Someone may be tall, tal. Someone keeping a tally. Okay. I'm picking up checks. Okay. So something about fraudulent checks as well. Let's read this reading. Okay. Denver. There's a den in Denver. Okay. Something about K. The letter K and K as in CAY. K. KY jelly as well. K. Something about a cove. Okay. I'm picking up the Bahamas. Okay. I'm picking up money laundering and embezzlement. I'm being guided to mention that. Picking up latitude. Okay, so the height of something. Okay, something is at its peak, or was at its peak. Picking up TD Bank. Okay, so some type of banking operation. Okay. So names that may be included in this first, middle, or last names. D again, ENCAYLAT. Okay. Ooh, I'm also picking up the LSAT. Okay, something about the LSAT. Okay, a CD being hidden in a den. So this may be a den of a room, a building, a home. Okay, someone's being guided to check the CD. Something about cross-dressing as well. Okay, that may have been a form of the identity theft. I'm picking up mask, cosmetics. Okay, someone may be 32, 14, 211, 411. Okay, and 111. So 1111. Okay, so look at tat. Okay, someone may have a tattoo on the left wrist. Okay, someone may be receiving some type of tattoo, and or there may have been some form of chemical warfare taking place as well. All right, tribe. That's the energy for now. Some form of chemical warfare. Interesting. I'm picking up erotic and esoteric. Okay, mirrored occult fortune. Okay, intellectual property. Coming up again. Okay. It's a lot of information and channeling. Wow. Okay, so tribe, remember to like, share, comment, and subscribe. I'd love to see us grow. Remember to protect your energy, especially with these boundaries coming up specifically, and or if you're going through interdimensional perspectives and understanding multiple ways of existence. Keep boundaries in place to remain whole within your body and not fragment your energy, okay? Many layers to that. But either way, click the link above in the bio to check out all the products and services that I offer, the different dimensions of myself. Click over to the shorts, depending on where you're watching this. It may be either on the left here or the left here, okay? And all right. Something about you getting a spiritual confirmation of something, okay? This may be you hearing the literal sound or any specific movement that is out of the ordinary is happening around you. Take a look now, okay? All right, either way. Okay, last message. Washington, D.C., heads up. Something about this. Okay. And all right. Off into the sunset. All right. All right. Abracadabra, so mote it be, so it is, ashe. As above, so below. Anak, amun. See you later, tribe.